Karyn Bryant for MMA H.E.A.T. I'm here with the legend Royce Gracie. And Royce, first and foremost, I've got to ask you in general, what brings you to Vegas? What's so appealing about UFC 156?
It's a very good card. I don't see a bad fights. I mean, bad matchups. They're all good matchups, good names. So, and I'm a fan of the sport. I'm a fan of the UFC. So.
Well, there's a lot of Brazilians on this card.
I need to play once in a while. Come on. only work.
Absolutely. I'm surprised we don't see you more, actually, just as like the Godfather that comes in and everybody wants to see you.
I gotta work. Yeah. But once in a while, I gotta sneak out and go play.
Right. So is there somebody particular that you're pulling for? A lot of Brazilians on this card. Obviously, you can pull for somebody who's not Brazilian, but, you know, we've got a title fight with Frankie Edgar coming up against Jose Aldo.
That's a very good matchup right there. I mean, Aldo hits good. He's a good on the exchange, on the punching, kicking, knees. He's good. But Edgar is very good on taking downs. I mean, I'm not taking the grappling from Aldo, but Edgar trains with Renzo too, so it's been there for a long time. It's a tough fight.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, because I know obviously you guys have made a library of moves, but is there one that you know that Renzo is like his tricky sneak move that we should keep an eye out for?
I mean, it becomes a personal. Even if Renzo have that trick, I mean, Edgar will have his own trick. Yeah. So it becomes, in grappling, everybody learns the same, but then they create their own personalized style that they like a move more than another.
Well, certainly the one in terms of jiu-jitsu that we are most excited about is Demian Maia and John Fitch. Do you have any ideas on how that match could go?
John Fitch is very tough, been around for a while, very tough to finish him. But he accepts the grappling game. And that's a perfect game for Demian. And he's a finisher, so it's a good matchup for him, for Demian Maia.
And I think Damian's been looking very good at 170. I feel like that was the right weight for him. He was always kind of smaller for the 185 class.
Yes, that weight, he's strong on that weight division.
So what have you been doing? I know, I think it was back at 129, you had been reactivated and everybody was all buzzing because your name was on the active fighters list. So what happened with that, and why didn't you get back in there?
I'm active. You kidding me? I travel 7 months of the year.
Right.
All over the world teaching. Yes, I'm very active.
Yes, but I mean active in there, mixing it up with somebody in an event for the UFC.
You want to fight me?
I can't take you. I'm honest about my abilities, and unless I can poke you in the eyes and run like hell, I don't think I'm getting out of there alive.
I can run.
I bet you can. My goodness. Yeah, I don't think I could win that. But is that something that you're okay with having the competition part, the professional MMA competition part? You're okay with that being all done?
Yeah, you gotta know when to stop on this business.
So when you do go around though, you're doing seminars, you're teaching all the time?
Just teaching all over the world.
What do you think about what the Gracie name means now? I mean, it's become synonymous with jiu-jitsu. I'm just curious how you feel about what it means, and how, so many fighters invoke your name, your grandfather's name, everybody's name.
My
father's
father.
name, your father's name, right?
He could have been my grandfather, yes. But I mean, Helio Gracie is the one that created this whole thing. He's the one that started as a quest to find out if what he was teaching was good enough. So it was a quest. It wasn't like to challenge people, to put people down, to beat up people. He started to, okay, I'm teaching something, but I got to find out if this is really the best style. So it was started as a quest. Now it became a challenge, so against other styles, and now it became a sport. Kids grow up thinking, man, I want to be a baseball player, I want to be a football player, I want to be a UFC fighter.
Well, I remember going to his 90th birthday party down in Torrance, and it was incredible because he still got out there on the mats and was doing everything. And then there was the younger generations that, from this big on, everybody just carrying on the name. So it's got to feel really good.
That's the Gracie diet for you.
the Gracie diet. It's the Gracie diet, and it's the Gracie proliferation. You guys keep busy and make sure that there's a lot of you around to keep the name going. Am I right?
We're good at that.
You are very good at that. And lastly, I should say, a good friend of mine, Lars Valine, used to train with you, and so I know in Los Angeles he's always talking. He tells us the stories of when he came in and how he learned from you. He came in, and I think you challenged him and said, well, "Okay, if you can beat me, then we'll see what happens." And he was completely humbled.
And then he brought his cousin.
Yeah.
Magnus Samuelson, strongman competition winner, many years. So, yep.
Well, he's very good, and he speaks very highly of you. And you know, my husband trains with him. I haven't done it yet, but if I do, then I'll challenge you again. I'll come back and I'll say, well, Lars taught me that.
For a run.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for talking with us, and have a great time this weekend.
Thank you.